thought I'd go live again because I don't know, where's my microphone? My microphone was a mile away. So I decided to take it apart again, the assembly, which is in bits over here, all over this lot. Took it all apart because I knew there was a problem with one of my canopies. One of my canopies, basically, it was warped on the inside. So I'm actually ironing it at the moment. I have the electric iron on a copper plate. This is really hot, so I can't touch it with my hands. Well, it's not that hot, it's about... Oh, let's find out. Where's my temperature thing? Temperature going on, what's it say? It says it's 30 Celsius, which is actually not that hot. Well, the actual iron is 60. According to this, it's about 42 Celsius, which is not that hot really. But I'm ironing this. The way I'm doing it is I'll move this copper plate around a bit so you can see. I don't want to touch it because it feels a lot hotter when you touch it with your fingers. So the iron, I've got this weight. This is a weight, paperweight, and I've got my canopy. Oh, that feels hot. On this plate too, because this is kinked. This grey area is a little bit kinked. It's not flat, if you look. It's got a little warp. So I'm just ironing it flat. So I've got this weight, two hard disc platters which are perfectly flat. Ouch, that's hot. And a weight on it, and I'm ironing it and waiting until it's nice and flat, and then I'll let it cool and it will be all good. So everything has to be flat, you see. The trouble is when I treat stuff with acetone, when I acetone stuff, it tends to curl and warp a little bit. As Schubert years ago, I used to iron, but all my clothes are permanent press. Yeah, well, these are, I'm not ironing clothes, I'm ironing plastic. And it works pretty well. It works very well, actually. I mean, I've had some of my rotors which I made were just completely warped. You know, curled up like. I mean, I'll show you how bad they get. That's one that's really badly warped. It's totally curled up. I'm not bothered about that because it's just a top cover, and it'll flatten out when I acetone stick it onto another rotor disc because it's just a cover that goes on the top. Or can I iron it? Actually, I can stick it on here. It'll flatten it. You'll watch. You'll actually see in real time as it flattens out. So let's stick that on there. Need to back the camera out a little bit so you can see everything. So this is on there, and you'll see how it flattens out. And this thing here, oh, I gave up on it because I put too much acetone on it, and it just bubbled up, and I poked it with a stick, basically with a knife. Anyway, I'm not bothered. This one's scrapped. It's too fat now. It's bulged out. So anyway, that's a scrapper. But the other ones, that's good. That one's a good one. It's a stator one. That's the stator. That's good. And this is a new canopy I've just done, and this is good. So actually, what I can do while I'm ironing this canopy, I could fit this canopy onto my assembly, which is over here. Right, so I can fit this, hopefully. Should fit. Right, yes, I think it will. Oh, it's actually it's a little bit, let's see, it's a bit tight. It should fit on it. Oh, my phone's going to sleep. Right, so I'll see if I can get this one to fit. It's a bit tight, this one. It's not, this one's a new one I've just printed actually, it's not warped. I think I need to sand it a bit. It needs sanding a bit. I've only just printed this one today. Oh, no, actually it was yesterday when I printed this one. And as you can see, this one is nice and flat. And if you look at the top, it's nice and flat. Right, see if I can get this one on. It should be all the same, but some of them actually seem, it's the acetone treatment. Ah yes, it's fitting, it's going on. Yeah, this one's a better fit, and it's got the raised lip on the inside, which there's a lip that lifts up, that sits inside the blades. That creates more suction, more vacuum, so that there's no leakage, air leakage basically. So let's test. Let's just see. I'm just going to twist this while I push down to make sure it's on really tight. Now there's my washers inside, and what I was trying to explain earlier, which I probably need to explain now, is that there's actually no friction between these spacers and the fans. There is no friction at all whatsoever, because the canopies are spaced. There's a big hole, right? The only parts that are connected together are the rotors. The spacers are on the rotors only, and they're all moving in the same direction, so there's no there's no friction there. The only way I get friction is on the far ends where the bearings are, if they're touching. So let me explain it another way. Right, there's one canopy, there's one arrangement, right? There's my spacer, right? There's the back of the fan, there's the front of the fan, on poking through. That is, as a spacer goes on top of there, and that spacer that's on top of this fan is coupled to the back of the other fan. So there is no friction, because all of the fans are in series with each other and they're all going around in the same direction. The only time I get friction is when one of the fans is touching the canopy, you know. So the only function of the spacers is to keep them equally spaced apart. Right, let's just see if I can. Let's move this camera up a bit now. Let's just see if this is going to fit correctly. That's good. It's only rubbing because there's no bearing on here on this end. It's wobbly. That's not bad. It will be fine. Actually, I could put an extra washer on there. I might do that actually. I'll have to twist this off to get it out, because it's hard to get it out. I'll just put another washer on here. Right, I've actually got two washers on there as it is. Right, let's just put this other fan on. See, that lip is raised up slightly, and it sits inside the part of the cavity of the fan to create a good seal. Basically, it's supposed to be a very small gap there, about half a millimetre or a millimetre. That's better. Okay, it might be rubbing now, but there's no bearing on it. I can tell that it's going to be okay once I put it all everything together. Let's check this other one, because so then the stator goes on here. Oh, did I put a stator on the other end? Oh damn it, I can't remember if I put a stator on it now. I bet you I forgot. I've got to take it off again. Oh yes, there is a stator in there, that's the grey one. Okay, I did put the scale on. I forget sometimes. Do it. I'm glad it's tight. It wants to be tight. Right, stator goes on. I'm using these at the moment. And then more spacers, washer, spacer. I think that's another spacer that's a bit too wide actually. Probably is. I think I need to trim some of these down a bit more. I think I'm going to trim that one down a bit more because some of these are just too chunky. So let's just check on this. Ouch, that's hot. Oh yeah, that's looking a lot better. It's a lot flatter. Now you can see the light reflecting. Ouch, them discs are hot. Now what I need to do is basically keep weight on it and turn the heat off and let it cool slowly. So I'm just going to plug the iron. Oh, actually this one wants to be flattened a bit. So what I'll do is I'll take a disc off here. Put that weight on it. This one's flat enough, I think. I'll put this tape on there. I'll put these heavy pliers on top. I'm going to unplug the iron and let it cool slowly. It takes about an hour for this copper plate to cool down. Let's just check this. That's hot. Yeah, the curl's starting to disappear. Let's turn it over. Put a weight on it. Anyway, unplug the iron now. It'll cool down very slowly because this copper plate is about what 2mm thick, so it takes a long time to cool down. I've got some noodles to eat as well in a minute or two. I'm just having a break, a little rest. So we've got daylight today, but I'm all black, so I look dark. Wearing black pants and black top. Right, so what was I going to do? Yeah, I was going to trim this spacer down. It's a bit too tall. And I'll just roll it, basically. About there. Actually, I need to be on my rubber mat over here because it doesn't slip. Oops, sorry, the camera can't quite see me over here. As I say, it doesn't matter if the plastic is not perfectly flat on the ends because the only purpose for the spacers is to help me to get everything spaced out equally. But because it's 3D printed, there's layers and it's quite easy to trim down a layer. basically a layer that I've trimmed off there. I should print some more that are a bit small. I have printed some more that are smaller, but I need a bit more off though. Don't worry, I won't cut myself. I am sawing with the knife. There's a saying, you're more likely to cut yourself with a blunt knife than a sharp one. Right, let's just try that. That's probably not bad. Let's put a washer on there. And get a rotor. That's a bit too high still. It's a bit too high. So I could do away with that washer. Let's try it now without the washer. I don't need the washers on all of them. Oh, there's a washer already on the flipping thing as well. Ah, it's still too high. Let's take this washer that's attached itself to this fan off. It's not far off. I could do with it to take a bit more off that plastic. I can always add the washer again. So the reason why this washer was a lot thicker before, this spacer was a lot thicker before, is because of the warp in the canopy. Well, I want to get rid of that warp because it's interfering. It was rubbing on the actual rotor, so even though it wasn't perfectly flat, you see, it was kind of curled a bit, and I don't want to cut myself, so I'm trying to be careful here. I'm pressing against my thumb, so I should be alright. I've got my thumb against my thumb so that I can't slip. Right, a bit more. Right, I'll try that. It's not perfectly flat actually. I've got a little bump there. I don't want it to be that far off. I just see if I can trim that bit off. Discord's gone to sleep again. I'll have to... I'm not worried if I take too much off it, because I can always add an extra washer. The only reason for using the plastic spaces is to eliminate the fact that I would need about 10 washers or 20 washers to fill that space, and I don't want to be using all my washers. The steel the steel washers basically reduce the friction between the plastic and stop me getting heated up problems. Right, that should work. Put my stator back in. Right, I'll stick this washer back on because I've probably taken a lot off now. Protract my canopy. Actually, this canopy is a bit loose. I need to get a different canopy. Oh, it'll be the grey one probably, because the grey one should be flat now. Let's just check it. Oh, let's just check that all the plastic. Look at that, it's flat now. Look at that. That curled plastic. Oh, it's flat. Oh, you can't see. It's flat. Oh. Ish, flat air. It's a lot better than it was anyway. I'll let it on there. This plate's still hot though, it wants to cool more. Let's just check this. Oh yeah, that's a lot better. I can probably put this on now. It's still hot. Actually, I should leave it on a bit longer. While it cools. This is more important than that thing, because I can do that anytime. I'm not using, that other pink one. I'm not using it for the moment. So I'm going to have to use the other grey canopy, which is this one, because it fits better fit. In the meantime, let me just check the fan. Yeah, there's a clearance there, which is the clearance is about the width of the fan end, the canopy end. So that's going to be about right now. I'll have to wake up the Discord app. It's gone to sleep. Oh, everyone's talking all of a sudden. Hyde says he missed Z. Well, I don't know. I thought Z was still on. Oh, he's logged out. Oh, that's a shame. You'll have to get that app. I need coffee. I did myself a noodle, which is in this thing, pot noodle. I'm going to eat that shortly, but I'd like to leave it until it gets really swollen, because the noodles swell up and they fill my belly up more. So leaving it a while until it gets nice and swollen. I like fat chunky noodles, but I need coffee in the meantime. Right, so this copper plate is still blooming hot. I'll tell you, I turned that off a while ago. You saw me, well, you saw when I unplugged it, and it's still 40 Celsius, actually 42. See, the orange light's not on, look. So I'm just looking at the chat. You know, I really appreciate my daughter giving me this thing. It's making life so much easier. Because last time, because the Discord chat wouldn't work on my XP computer anymore because the script wouldn't load, and it was just a brown, well, not a brown, a grey, dark grey screen. It would just wouldn't load, so I had to keep putting the virtual machine on just to get on Discord. Well, now problem solved. I can use the app on this new phone that she gave me, so I can chat to my friends. Because I prefer XP simply because a lot of the applications, well, programs I've got, are designed for Windows 32-bit XP. Some of these programs I use are more than 10 years old. I've got some programs I use from the 1990s, 1997, 1996, and why the heck should I upgrade them anyway? I mean, they only tend to get bloated and you end up with stuff that you don't really want. So I use a lot of old programs. I just like it. I just don't like change, and all these flipping updates, constant change, you know. I just don't. I guess I'm getting old. I must be getting old. Well, I am getting old. I'll be 60 this October. So, but I think as you get older, you just don't like change. You just like things to stay the way they were before. You just don't want things to change all the time, and that's me. And every time you upgrade your operating system, yeah, a whole bunch of changes, and yeah, I just don't need it. I don't want to spend all my days learning new things when I just want to get on with what I want to do, which is to make things, and I don't want to be spending all my time fighting about with computers. And then there's the other issue: every time you upgrade something, you've got to pay more money. You know, so there's a new version of this available, but you have to spend an upgrade fee or blah blah blah. Yeah, no thanks, I don't want to do. If it's not that, you have to buy more hardware. It's never ending. I suppose it's my fault for being a long-term user since Windows 95 came out. I've just seen too many changes, and the younger people, maybe they can adapt more, but so I'm just wanting this to cool. Let's check this quite. God, it's bloody hot still. Actually, I'll tell you what I can do. Instead of waiting for this copper plate to cool down, what I can do is just move it. If I don't burn myself. Move the copper plate over there. Stick this on the cold table. That'll cool it fast. I just want it to cool down because I need to use it. Let's have a look at it anyway. Oh yeah, it looks a lot flatter. It looks a lot flatter. I'm just pressing this down at the moment. While it's cooling, I'm basically ironing it with this ball. It's got a flat base on it, on this disc, so I'm just flattening it out. I want this to be nice and flat, you see. I think that's not so bad actually. I think I can use it. I think that's flat enough. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, it's a better fit. Oh, actually it's a bit loose. It's definitely close to the stator though. There's not a great big gap between that and the stator now. But this is loose. So what I'm going to have to do is wrap some tape around it because I want it to be a nice tight fit. So I'll just get some tape. Don't know why it's shrunk, maybe it's, I don't know. Oh, I could take that little pink one off and put this one. Actually, that might be better. Let's just swap them around. Because that was underneath this one before. So if I take this one off again, because this one's really tight. If I take this really tight one off, I'll take my stator out. take this spacer off. This is up really tight, this is. So take that one off. Oops. Put this one back on. Because this fits really well. Yeah. Yeah, that's better. Don't have to use tape now. And it's close to the stator plate, which is what I wanted. Stick the rotor on. That's good. Right. Washer. Spacer. Washer. Stator. Canopy. This, oh yes, this fits. Good. Perfect. Right, this fits perfect. Ah, God, that hurt my hand then. Let's check this other fan. Oops. Perfect. Is that fan a bit loose? Yeah, that fan's a bit loose, so I'm going to have to put a bit of glue on it. Hang on, I'll have to take this off again. Oh, bugger it, hang on. It's loose anyway, so I should be able to get it off if I just stop it turning while I turn the spindle. It should worm its way off. Ouch. Ouch. Ow. I'm turning the spindle to... It's not exactly... It runs perfectly true, look. Look at that. It's wobbling because of me. Hang on, let's get it lined up. It runs nice and true. I just need a bit of glue on this shaft so it doesn't start spinning and get even looser when I'm using it. It's just ordinary general purpose, so I'm going to stick a bit of glue around here. Spread it out on my finger. There we go. It'll just stop that from working loose. It's only like Bostik, it's not that strong, so it's easy enough to melt it with a bit of acetone. Not acetone, because that would melt the plastic. A bit of isopropyl alcohol would melt that. So that's on, and it looks about the right spacing. I'll put another stator on. Another stator on there. Spacer. Washer spacer. Another washer. Oh, I'm sorry, my camera. And another canopy. Oh, this one's loose. Now let's try the other canopy. Just a minute. Some of these canopies are slightly tight. That was loose as well. What the hell? Oh, this is a new canopy, I think. That's probably why. Hang on a minute. Let's try a different canopy. Let's try that canopy. Got tape on it. Yeah, right, that's fitting. That's a bit loose as well. Right. Which weird why some of these are loose and some of them aren't. I don't get it. It just doesn't make sense to me. It must be the shrinkage of the acetone. Hang on. Try this other canopy. That one's loose as well. Huh, weird. Looks like I'm going to have to get some more tape on these. Yeah, it looks like I have to put some more tape around them. Scissors, where are you going? I'll just trim that edge off and I'll double it. You see, I need a good airtight seal, so I don't want any gaps. Alright, let's try that. Ah, it's still frigging loose. What the hell? Let me try the other one a minute. That one's loose too. That's weird. So it's more. I'm going to run out of tape in a minute. Ah, the chat's gone again. The Discord chat's gone again. I'm missing everything. We're just talking about home insulation. If I run out of this painter's tape, I'm not going to use my Captain tape for this. There's another thing I could do. I could put a rubber band around there. That would act as a good seal. Hang on, got a lip. I need to get rid of that lip. Right, we'll see if that fits any better. God, it's still bloody loose. I don't believe this. It must be a friggin' millimetre. What the hell? I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to get a rubber band around there. We'll see if that solves the problem. I'll get a rubber band. Find a nice, good rubber band. So if I, oops, my stator fell off. So if I put this rubber band around here, right, that should solve the problem. Just a minute. Let's try it, because there seems to be a pretty big bloody gap on that thing. Let's just get it flat. Put it right near the edge. Actually, I'll try it where it is. See if that works. It's probably going to push up now. No, the rubber band is too high. I have to stick it right near the lip, and it's going to fly off and hit me in the face in a minute. What I could do is glue that rubber band so it doesn't move. Actually, let me just put my screwdriver under it and... Ooh! Damn it! I knew that would happen. Flipping thing flew off. Ah! God, that stung. Flipping rubber band. I want it near the edge, but not too near. If I can get my screwdriver out without it flying off. Right. I've got that rubber band. It's bloody close to the edge. It's going to fly off, so I'm going to put a bit of glue around there. Maybe I can. Oh! It just flew off. It's gone across the room. I heard it land across the room. Oh, this is no good. Rubber band is not a good idea. I'll probably get that in my vacuum cleaner now. Right. I'm going to try again anyway. I'm not giving up yet. I've got plenty of rubber bands in here. So I've got to get this to work. This one's a bit smaller, so it's even going to be even tighter. Actually, I'm just gonna let's see if we can get that on. Oh, yeah, that's worked. It's worked. Look, it's not falling off. Look. Oh, my washer just came off. Hang on. That smaller rubber band has done the trick, I think. Oh, part of it's sticking out there though. It's not in properly. So hang on. No, it's popped off. It's come off. Actually, what I can do is squirt some isopropyl alcohol on it, make it slippery. I'll do that on the other side. This is just alcohol, so it should. I'll squirt it on this end. It should slide on better. And once it dries out, it will be stuck really well. It's just peeling up. Right. Okay, it's on. Sort of. Well, I'll use my plastic thing to push it underneath. That's working. Yeah, that's going to work. That works. It's just splitting. This thing's splitting. I don't know. Right, it seems to be working. I've got it in. Twist. Yeah, it's working. I can hear it, the rubber squeaking everything. Once it's on, it's on. Yeah, that seems to work. This plastic, it looks like it's got a slight crack in it. I don't know what's happened there. I could use a bit of acetone to strengthen it. That's probably why it's loose. It's probably split. Hang on a minute. I don't want to get it between the two sections, else it'll bond permanently and never come off. So I'm just going to squirt a bit of this this acetone down this crack to join it. It's got a quite slight. It looks like it's peeling. And it should tighten up on itself anyway. Once this stuff dries out, it will shrink and tighten up anyway. Just around that rim. Right, okay. Now I'll put the next rotor on. I think I need an extra washer. Ow! I'll break my friggin' nail in a minute. Ow! This is the price when you got fingernails. another washer on there. Ah, that's not bad. Yeah, it once it's once the bearings on there, it'll be fine. Yeah. This end is slipping a bit. I'm not taking it off again to get that other glue on, so I'm going to use a bit of super glue, but this stuff will slide off when it'll come off easy enough when I want to slide it off. I think my tube is blocked. The super glue doesn't stick so well to steel anyway, so let's see. This tube is blocked. Oh, either that or it's run out. I think my drill's about to fall on the floor. Let's try that again. Oh! This tube is empty. I've got the wrong one. Get the other one. Oh. I was using the wrong tube. Let's try this one. This one's blocked as well. Oops! I've got some come out. Right, that should stop that from spinning and spinning and spinning. Right. Right. Another state. Spacers. Another rotor. I think I've got too many washers on here. That washer doesn't want to come off. Right, I've forgotten something, haven't I? I forgot. Another bloody canopy. Duh. Right, now let's try this other one. That's it. This one fit in nice. So I'll put the washer back on again. Right, okay. So far so good. The final stage, I don't need the stator on the final stage. That's this final stage, and then the bearing goes on. Actually, I do need the spacers though. Right. Washer, spacer, washer. Actually, the final stage really could do with the bigger spacer, 2 spacers on it really. Let's have a look. I've got some more of them. Yeah, because I seem to be missing the big spacer on the end. Because the bearing, it has to come up against the bearing, so I need 2 spacers on here. That one's too tight. That one's the right one. And washer. Let's check the height. Let's check the height between there and there. That's 20 millimeters. Let's check the height between there and there. Oops. Oops. Right, that's well, we'll find out when I put the bearing cover on. Oh yeah, it's good. That's good. Right. Now let's just align them. That's a bit of twisting. And wiggling. It basically moves the this shaft moves very fractionally through that end bearing, which is really tight fit. The other bearing slides on easy, but this bearing's tight, which is a good thing. Let's just set it until we get it lined up. We're not far off. Better. Almost there. It's this end that's catching. Yeah, it's this end that wants turning. Well, if I power this up at high speed, it should straighten itself out. Let's just get it running at high speed, and we should be able to straighten all that out. Oh, I've got an air funnel now, look. This goes on this end, like this. Right, goes on like that, and now the air comes out this end here. Oh, that's better. Oh yeah! It's weird how just adding that thing on the end sorted it out. There's a little bit of rubbing, but that'll straighten itself out once it's spinning. Look at that, we've got a thing on the end now, so we can actually focus the air into a small tube. I've knocked it again. The tolerance between the spacing is so tight. We're talking about less than a millimetre, probably half a millimetre. That's why it's fiddly to adjust it and get it lined up. That's why I can twist these things to line everything up, because we're talking about a tolerance of about half a millimetre. It has to be close tolerance so that we don't lose pressure. Yeah, that's better. So we get this drill on here. Hang on a minute. I'll get this drill on this end. Like that. My tape's coming off. I want this bit of stuff to stop it from vibrating. It also stops my drill from getting all chewed up. Right, move that thing out of the way. I can actually get this electric iron out of the way now because it should have cooled down now. My noodles will be cold. My freaking noodles are going to be freezing. I forgot about them. Let's just check. I've got this lined up reasonably well. That's not far off. That's not bad. Let's just run it. Yeah, something's catching a bit. Hang on. Peel these off. That's only at 9 volts, by the way. Yeah, it's still catching. I'll wiggle it about until we get it right. Oh, it's come off my drill now. My drill end's come loose. Oh, it's definitely come loose. Oh, it's this one that's loose, I think. No, it's come out of the collet. What the hell? It's not done that before. How the heck can my collet suddenly be loose? I don't know why the collet's loose. What? How can the collet suddenly be loose? Oh, I've got it wrong way around. That's why. Maybe I've got it wrong way around. Oh. This is weird. That's strange. I've not had problems with the collet before. Maybe I need to downsize it or something. Actually, I'll swap this around. Right, put the thick end in there. The thin end in there, and we should be good. Right, that should work. Check this is true. That seems better. That end's come out again. What the hell is wrong with this collet? I don't get this. I thought I'd just put the thick end in the collet and now it's got the thin end in. There's something weird going on here. This doesn't make sense. Somebody playing tricks on me. I just put the thick end of the collet, this end, in the collet, and now it's the thin end. What the crap is going on? It's very strange. Right, I've definitely got the thick end in the collet now. Somebody playing magic on me? Or witchcraft? Now it's wonked, it's totally cockeyed now. Absolutely cockeyed, I can't run that. Just a minute. I might go and get a bit of, actually I tell you what I'm going to do, I'm going to go and get a steel bar that's the same thickness all the way down. Just a minute. This is crazy. This is supposed to be my other drill adjustment thing, and it's getting a bit chewed up. Oh dear. Right, I've got this really long drive shaft here. It's really long. I'm going to try this. I should be able to move this right over here. Now you can't see a damn thing. And let's see if this works. It's the same diameter. It should avoid any wobbles because it's so long. Right. Now the trouble is I'm going to run out of table now. I'm going to have to cut this off. I'm going to have to cut short this. It's too bloody long. It's way too long. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this down because it's really long. Hang on. Oh God, I can't do it with pliers. I'm just gonna. Oh, I'll tell you what I'll do. Better idea. Hang on. Here's my diamond cutting wheel to cut that down. Right, that's what the drill's for anyway. So. Cut this bugger down. I think I've got the right chuck in as well, ironically. Yes, I have. Right, let's cut this bugger down. Actually, got ya. What the hell is that? Something flying around here. I'll just deburr that. I don't want to cut myself on it. Right. Deburred that one. I'll deburr this one. Right, that's that deburred. Right, now I should be able to drive it. It's a lot shorter than it was, which is better. And I've got more flexibility for any wobble that might be there. Hang on. Right, so let's try again. Oh, it's catching somewhere pretty bad. Hang on. Oh, there. Yeah, it's still rubbing a bit somewhere, but oh, this thing's come out. That's why this rubber band has popped out. You know, like the one with the rubber band. It's it kind of popped out of the hole. Push it back in again. That should work. I've got a lot of oscillation on this bar. It's not set right. It's not running perfectly true still, so well, that's better. That's a lot better, I think. Let's try again. Needs to run in a bit. Yeah, I'm pushing it because I'm trying to get things lined up better. Let's go up in voltage. one of my grub screws fell out. That's what that black thing was. I thought, what the hell is that? And it's one of my grub screws. I don't want to lose them, so I'm going to stick it back in again. What the hell? Well, I want that going all the way. Ah, that's weird. Well, I want it going. Ah, strange. Oh, there's one in there. Where's this one come from? Oh, it's out of that bag. It's out of this bag. I had a spare grub screw in here, and it fell out of this bag, that's right. I wonder why it won't go in. It's because there's one already in there. Do it. Right. At least it's better than it was. Having a longer shaft on here as well is helping. The reason it starts to slow down sometimes when I put my hand over the end is because what's happening is the suction's making the fans rise up and touch the static plastic, and the friction where it's rubbing is melting the plastic, and it's acting like a brake, like a clutch, and it's basically slowing it down. So when I get it set so that when I block the airflow on the end and it doesn't affect the speed, that's when I've got the spacing just right. So anyway, I'm not worried. It wants to run in a bit anyway, and it does run very easily now. It runs very, very easily, but there is obviously some catching, but that's probably due to the fact that the suction's pulling it towards that thing a little bit. But obviously with speed and with the spacers all correct, it shouldn't ride upwards towards the top. Another thing I could try doing as well is what they used to do with old cassette tapes, is they put a special film between the discs that rotate, which acts as a it reduces friction so there's no rubbing, but that would effectively cause more slowing down anyway, which I really don't want to do that if I can help it. But yeah, anyway, it's alright once I get it set right. That's the reason why on some of the blades, some of the rotors, not on the actual rotors themselves, but on the canopies, I've got a raised flange that rises up and sits inside the blade and overlaps, so that it can slide in and out a bit like a little bit like what you call a plunger. Basically, it acts as a seal, adjustable seal that maintains a gap all the way around. And I've got that on some of these, but I haven't put it on all of them. So some of them there's more losses on some of them than there is on others. So anyway, oh god, it's boiling. I'm really boiling. It's a really hot day today. Anyway, I'm going to kill the stream for now. We've seen it. This is at 12 volts. Anyway, it's running quite well. I just need running in a bit, and it'll settle down, because it did do last time. At least I've got them a lot closer now to the bottom, and I've got that warp thing out, which was a bit of a problem. What I could do is put some glue around this one that keeps slipping off, just some ordinary Bostik, which I can easily pick off with a knife if I want to separate them again. It'll stop it from riding off and vibrating apart, but Bostik isn't that strong, and you can easily cut it off with a knife. So I might just put a seal of Bostik, a beaded Bostik, around that rim to stop that from riding up. Actually, I might do that now, actually, because the reason for doing it now is, oh, a screw has come out of there. Hang on a minute. I have lost a grub screw. It's flown. It's dropped out. One of them has got no grub screw in it. I bet you that's gone on the floor. Let's try this one. That's stuck back in the bag. That must have flown across the room. Yeah. I'll take that off for now, because I want to rotate it and I want to put the glue on. I don't want to be tied to this drill. I've got that on. Right, so I've lost a grub screw. It's somewhere around here. It might have flown across the room. I'll probably never find it. Well, I'm sure I've got a little magnet attached to my roll-up vacuum, and it usually picks up metal things which I've dropped, which is really handy. So it will probably find that rub screw at some point. So yeah, I'm going to put a bead of this Bostik around there where that rubber band is. Which one is it? Is it this one? It'll mostly be stuck to that tape anyway. Yeah, it's that one. It's getting dark in here, I need light. It'll mostly be stuck to this tape, so it'll be easy enough for me to get it apart if I need to do. Alright, I've gone all the way around now. So that one's the one that it's moving. So what I'll do is I'll just put pressure on it. Actually, I'll take that end cover off. This end cover one, the one with the funnel on the end. I'll take that off. I can stand it on a upright while it sets. So if I take that cover off, which is where it funnels the air into a tube, then I can basically lay that on the table and put some weight on it, or put it in this towel and put some weight on top while this bead of Bostik dries. Because it's a bit, as you can see, at that particular one, when I push it, it moves. Look, I don't think you can see that. It's with the blue tape, that one. This one with the blue tape, it's just not tight enough. So I'll stick it on there and I'll put some weight on the top. Get my, put this tape on. Put that on there. Actually, put these discs on. And put this weight on the end. That should push it down enough. I think that'll do it. It's enough. I don't want to squeeze it too tightly together, but that I'll just leave that while the glue dries. Anyway, that's it for now. Just more updates on this project. And, yeah. So we've got basically quite a few arrays in here now. If you count the one, let's see if we count these sections. So we've got basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 blades, 7 rotors in there now. Anyway, toodaloo for now.